your client is just going to be absolutely blown away because they've been doing all of this manually. By this time, heading into 2025, I think we can all agree that AI is changing the world like crazy, and 2025 is going to be the wildest year yet. But not everyone understands how to actually use AI to build businesses. And that's what's separating people from succeeding and failing. And as it stands right now, guys, there are about 10 AI agencies that I know for a fact will absolutely crush it in 2025. And so in this video, guys, the AI agency that we're talking about is high ticket e-commerce. And what is high ticket e-commerce? Basically, it's selling physical products on the internet, like the water bottle I have here, but anything in the range of $1,000 and up. And so in today's video, guys, we're gonna break down the agency and how it works in the specific industry. I'm gonna show you exactly how I would market it if I was starting from day one. And I'm gonna show you the exact pricing structure and the thing that I like to call the tier system to start acquiring a whole range of clients from $10,000 a month, high ticket clients, to $50 a month, low ticket clients. So hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. If you're fired up about 2025 and what it can do for you using AI, then let's get into this video, baby. Some ideal high ticket clients would be like sauna and cold plunge companies, luxury goods like watches and fine dining, home design like furniture, couches, love seats, beds, and gym equipment that people can build and install in their own homes, because then you can sell that to the entire world. And there's a whole bunch of other examples, but if I was starting off, these are the four that I would dive into, because what I'm also looking at is my own skill set and my own understanding, right? So as an athlete, I'm very knowledgeable in the sauna and cold plunge and gym and sporting goods niches, for example. And I actually used to run my own gym in Miami. And so like when it comes to gym equipment, for example, I'm going to be able to relate to my clients in a much easier way. Let's talk about the agency pricing strategy. And before we break down this entire slide, guys, I want to explain why I priced it and did it this way. And so if I was starting a high ticket e-commerce agency with all of my knowledge of AI automations, I would actually just start my own e-commerce brand. Because if I started my own e-commerce brand, I'm going to be able to, one, make all of the profits and keep all of that revenue in my own pocket. And two, I'm going to be able to use that e-commerce brand as my learning. Because if I'm learning as a beginner to start selling high ticket goods using my AI automations, then I have my own brand as my proof of concept. I would literally start my own sauna and cold plunge company because I personally know someone that is doing that and the profit margins are really high. And then, like I said, as an athlete, I know how I can market that. And so the beautiful thing about that, guys, is it then opens up all of your doors to the entire pricing system. And so I have a tier strategy when it comes to building agencies, because you're going to want to market to the entire world. Personal brands are becoming way more important these days. And so when you're making an Instagram video, for example, even if you want to secure your elite tier clients, an Instagram video is just going to be shown to everybody. And so there's a lot of low-hanging fruit. And so the low-hanging fruit would be low-tier clients. And so while you're building out your own e-commerce brand, you can then build a school community, for example, that will teach other people how to build high-ticket e-commerce brands, and then you're going to teach them the systems that you used. And so that in that way it becomes very powerful, because then you have people that are coming in at that $0 to $10,000 a month range. But once they learn the things that you're teaching them, they're going to start evolving and going down the chain and potentially becoming your high ticket client as well. And so that's the beautiful thing about the agency pricing strategy. And then now we're going to talk about how all of this, will relate into our marketing. This is what I'm really excited about, because with high ticket e-commerce, you can absolutely dominate across the board, because from a personal brand, you have, the brand that's succeeding, and then you have the clients that are going to be succeeding. So then as a personal brand, you start building a lot of authority. And the way that I would do this, guys, is like I said, I would start a high ticket sauna and cold plunge brand, and I would build my own AI automations and my own business systems to actually succeed. And so once that starts working, guys, then I can launch a low ticket community teaching high ticket e-commerce brand strategies. After that, guys, I can launch my agency's website, where then I funnel the high ticket leads to then book calls on. And so the way that the funnel would work is you have your top of funnel. And so the top of funnel is any form of marketing that you want. And in the No Code Academy, we broke down these 4 forms of marketing that are proven strategies. You either have social media, you have social media ads, you have cold email and cold outbound calling, and you have influencers. And so depending on what your top of funnel decision is, that's what you're going to fine tune to actually start making this entire funnel work. And so in the example of the high ticket sauna cold plunge brand, what I would do is I would run social media marketing content to my low ticket community. I would run ads to sell my high ticket product to show more proof. I would then build AI automations to make my customer relationship really smooth and seamless with email and cold call. And these are things we're going to talk about later. And I would also, link up with influencers that will be representing my products and using my cold plunge and using my saunas. And then once the brand starts working, I'll do the exact same thing for getting clients in my agency. So as we head into part 2 of the marketing execution, you're then going to figure out what form of marketing is working. And let's say it's email that would work. You would then warm up 5 email accounts, and you would then start sending out, 200 to 300, maybe even thousands of emails a day to different clients. Or if you have a marketing automation, you would set that up, or you would do them all. And so now that I have the knowledge base of all of these AI automations, I would literally just install all of these. So let's just talk about the marketing phase before we break down the actual automations that I would be offering to my clients in this niche. So the marketing phase and what we want to optimize for is something that I like to call throwing shit at the wall phase. Because when you first start with any offer, you have no idea what is going to convert. In this marketing phase, your only goal when you first start out is to make an agreement with yourself of what that output that you want to achieve is. And so once again, in this example of this high ticket e-commerce agency, I would just make the promise to myself that I will upload 1 YouTube video a day, 2 Instagram shorts a day, and I would spend $100 in ads, for example. And I would do that every single day for 1 month. And so by the end of the month, I would have spent $3,000 in ads. I would have had, 30 long form YouTube videos and 60 short form Instagram videos. And so with that output on top of the emails I'm sending, I should be able to learn what's working and what's not working. And that's also why we have the community, because this marketing phase is very dynamic and you're going to want to, hop in calls and connect with other people that are in this phase as well. So by the time you start providing value to your first clients, guys, you will have had done a whole lot of things and you would have had built a whole bunch of skills. And so the first couple of things you would have done is you would have built your own profitable high ticket e-commerce brand that you have developed by yourself. You have also set up AI automations within that business that give you leverage, such as auto posting automations, such as auto captions automations, such as getting ideas from your competitors, writing scripts, writing emails, calling leads. Like these are all automations that we have in the community and that you can add to your business. And once you have built it all out for your own business, now you know exactly how to do it for other clients. So now we can finally talk about what we're actually going to be providing. And I want to still keep this as simple as possible because a lot of the time, these companies, they don't even know what's going on in AI. And so we just want to give them the most valuable things. And so the most valuable things usually increase revenue, increases the owner of the company's time, decreases cost of their product, or improves the product that they're actually offering. And so if this is a high ticket e-commerce brand, guys, we're going to be using the automations that we have in the community to build a specific workflow stack. An example of a workflow would be an idea generator machine. And so this machine is the exact same automation as our scrape and script automation, but what you have to do is you just have to slightly tweak it so it's optimized for that client. If the client is a hot tub business, we could then build an automation that scrapes videos from the 10 best hot tub competitors that are on the internet. And then we can provide our client with the best video ideas that are going viral in his niche. And so that's just an example of how we would recreate an automation that we have already used, and we would just tweak it so that it's now going to work for this new client. So now you can also imagine that since these customers are going to be making high ticket purchases, they're going to be very curious about the purchase that they're making. And so once again, if this is a hot tub company, there's going to be a whole bunch of different hot tub products and features and different add-ons that they can have. And they're probably going to have a lot of questions. And so this is where you can then install inbound calling agent. And so the inbound calling agent would just be waiting at all moments in time. And whenever a customer calls them, the AI agent is going to pick up the phone, and this AI agent is going to be trained on all of the product information that the company has. And so if the customer is interested in figuring out the color of a hot tub that she can purchase, it'll be able to handle that. The other beautiful thing about this AI calling agent is that you can then create workflows. And so let's say they call, but they do need to speak to a human, then they're going to be able to funnel them to whoever is best suited for that task. And so if it's like a super high priority issue, it could be funneled all the way to the owner of the company if you set up the calling agent system correctly. And so we have the video and tutorial that is coming out, and you guys will have that entire breakdown on top of the blueprints for this. And so once you figure out how to do this, you can just copy and paste the system and just train it on the other company's information. We would then get in all the ways that we can contact customers, right? And so there's a whole bunch of different types of customers. When a customer purchases, we can then send them down a completely new automation. When a customer adds to cart, but then leaves the cart and leaves the website, we can then send that client a completely new automation as well. Your client is just going to be absolutely blown away because they've been doing all of this manually. And since we're talking about high ticket e-commerce, guys, you can even like call customers for scheduling product delivery. At the end of the day, the example I gave you is we're going to be installing saunas and cold plunges into people's houses. Even when our employees are delivering the package, it would be nice if they get a little phone call from our AI agent as a little bit extra professionalism, a little extra cherry on top in terms of our customer service delivery. So guys, that wraps up the AI Agency high ticket e-commerce breakdown. If you want the super in-depth version of this, it's in the No Code Academy. But other than that, guys, I want you to genuinely know if I didn't launch my 2 software companies, this is what I would be doing.